Hello, everyone. Welcome to yet another episode of Cave Divers React. My name is Gus.
I'm Woody.
And today we have David.
Hi there.
Welcome, David, to the show. He's also a cave diver, kiss rebreather diver. But most importantly, today we're going to be reacting to a dry caving / wet caving video that I found online, and it's bananas.
Because you're a wannabe dry caver?
No. Just to make sure.
Oh.
Just so people can see why I'll never go dry caving.
Ooh, no, why? Never say never.
Whoa.
Well,
he's, we're gonna go dry caving.
No, we're not. But let's watch the video so you guys can see why it's such a terrible idea and no one should ever do this. But David,
yes,
has more experience than both of us combined multiple times. You started dry caving like a long time ago, right?
I did. And for the sake of the video, I'm just going to say caving as opposed to scuba diving caving when I'm talking about caving. I started caving in the fall of 1985, so I've been doing it a few years. When I was in college, I went to school in the northwest corner of Georgia, which is the bottom of a region of the United States called the TAG region. TAG stands for Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia. The northwest corner of Georgia, the northern part of Alabama, up through the central Tennessee Valley and into the bottom part of Kentucky, there's about 20,000 known caves, with new ones being found all the time.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Do people keep track of caving the way we keep track of cave diving, like dives? Like, do you say I have 4,000 cavings? I don't know.
Excellent question. No, there are a few people that have some very detailed journals similar to what you do when you're logging your dives. But for the most part, we're just weekend warriors that go out and have fun. And I was actually anticipating this question and trying to think through. And the best guess that I can come up with is I've probably been on about 1,000-ish caving trips.
Wow.
and maybe 100-ish unique caves. Yeah, well, 1,000 sounds like a lot, but I'll be honest, most of it was probably done in a 4-year period known as college, when I did more caving than classroom attendance. I hope my parents never listen to this. My mom will still nag me. And obviously, since then, I try to go as much as I can, but life gets in the way, and we live in Atlanta, which is a couple hours away from the bottom edge of the caving region. So it's 3 to 4 hours to get there. So it's a weekend commitment, really, to get up there.
Yeah. Okay, so this video that we're going to review today is the worst. But I want your thoughts on what's happening. Now, I will say that the original video, the guy who recorded this did a great job filming most of it. The original video is like 44 minutes long. I was able to cut it down to like 21. So it's about half of the whole video. I don't need to see rappelling for 20 minutes straight, so I cut some of that out. But anyway, if you want to watch the whole video, click on the description. There's the link, and you won't have any of our reactions either. You can just watch the video the whole way.
I think you should have watched a lot of that rappelling, because I do some dry caving with
Is it rappelling or rappelling?
Yes, tomato. I don't really, yeah.
Yeah, because you're going to need to watch it.
Rappelling is like mosquitoes, no?
No, you're going to need to watch it.
No. All right, here we go. So this cave is at Lost John's Cave. Fun fact, 2 guys went in this cave named John. They never came out. So, fun.
I'm going to assume not the gentlemen who are currently videoing?
No. So this already looks like a big no. I'm not doing this. And he's just starting. I mean, look at the entrance. It's already a fall and I die situation here.
Yep, I have rappelled down waterfalls into caves, by the way.
And by the way, feel free to comment on top of the video. There's not a whole lot of talking. Lower the volume a little bit.
So, David, would that be cold? That's my first question. I'm always going to ask that first.
Again, it depends on where you are. These people are in England. It's cold in England. Here in the TAG region, the southern United States, the water is about 55 to 58 degrees year-round. So it's definitely chilly. You can see they're wearing, looks like a dry suit under a caving suit and probably some other stuff under there because it's going to be really, really cold up there. Here in the South, we will wear wetsuits for some of the caves that we go in, but most of them aren't that bad.
All right.
Yeah. It's all right with a decent life with a jaw. It's all right.
This guy's helping him with his gear, I guess. These guys are legit. They're already wearing like a harness and everything for like rappelling or whatever. Here they go. So, I already know I'm not going to fit. And they just went in. I mean, look at this. Why?
Well, again, think back. There's 20,000 caves. There are some that are really tight, and there are some that are absolutely huge that, larger people would have absolutely no problem walking all the way through.
This is the kind that when we go with Gus, what we'll do. That's
No.
not tight.
Oh, absolutely.
No, we're not. I'm never going to do this. But it's fun to watch. I mean, these guys are just going into this cave. Like, why not?
Now, David, the caves we do, though, in Georgia, we're already covered in mud.
It really depends. I mean, caves are formed by water.
Yeah.
So there's usually some part of the cave that is wet like this. Depending on where the water has gone, you'll find muddy sections. You'll even find dry, dusty sections. And so, yeah, you'll come out looking pretty filthy by the time you're done with a typical caving trip.
Now, do you know anything about this cave? Is this a big cave and perspective on that?
I know of it from other trip reports that I've read, people that write about their experiences on the internet. I've never done any caving anywhere in the world other than the southern United States, but there are people that, as they travel, one of the things they do look to do is experience caves in other parts of the world.
They're right now already in
this.
are they already in a no light zone there?
Oh, yeah.
More than likely, if you were to turn the lights out and turn around, you might see a glow of the entrance, but they look like they're back far enough and twisty and turny enough that they're probably in total darkness if they lost their lights.
So how many lights do you bring when you do caving?
A lot.
Very similar to the general rule of thumb for cave diving. I usually have 2 or 3 lights per person, either spread out among the team or, depending on how difficult the cave is going to be, I may be the only person bringing a backpack with all the additional supplies in it.
So if you fall here and die, then we're stuck.
Or you turn around and go out, but yes.
But I remember on the last cave trip we did, well, we'll take Gus there as well.
Oh, my God.
You had thrown that backpack my way, and it's a lot of work.
Just watch the video. Nobody's doing this. This is crazy. Nobody watching this video on YouTube right now is thinking, I want to do this. 0 people.
Well, but you are going to do this.
No.
This is what I live for.
What?
Oh man, this is exactly the type of cave that I would love to be in. I love the wet. It's called an active cave because there's a heavy flowing stream and it's still actively evolving over time. I love caves like this. They're a blast.
The helmet barely fit on that one. Look at
Just
this.
squat down.
Oh, they haven't
Look
gotten
at this.
anywhere yet. Wait till you have to take your backpack off and your helmet off and turn your head sideways and
Oh,
inchworm yourself
no,
on your
hell
belly
no.
through things.
Hell no.
Then
Look at this. They're walking like on 2 walls. Literally.
We've done.
chimneying, yes.
This
Now, if there's an earthquake right now there,
He
that's
dies.
tricky. No, Dave's been in one in a cave.
Yes, actually, it was when I was in college. We were in a cave, and there was this weird sound vibration, and we all kind of looked at each other and shrugged our shoulders and kept on caving.
Oh my God.
And in the paper the next day, there was a small earthquake in the North Georgia area at the time that we felt it.
3 guys died caving because of an earthquake.
He's here.
Obviously.
He's
That
here.
was the headlines.
No, he's here. We're,
No,
People died
no.
in cave, obviously.
No. It was Georgia is a geologically active area. There is a fault line through North Georgia,
Look
so
at-
it's not uncommon.
this one's wide open.
This
Gus.
one, yeah, this is
What?
This is wide open.
This
Wide
compared to what
open?
I've done with him.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God. Dude, this cave. Like, I assume you die if you fall down there. Like in the
No,
middle?
no, not really. That's narrow enough that you could wedge yourself before you went too far, and it only looks like they're 10-ish feet. It's hard to see with the little bit of haze in the cave.
It's pretty.
But that is very typical of a lot of caves that we go into.
Really,
Here we
you
go.
just reminded me of that.
They're like, how about we go deeper under the earth?
Then you have to hit a spot where you rig and rappel down. Absolutely.
Probably, Dave, because they have to go down to move on. I mean, there's a dead end, Gus. You can't just stop. They got to go down to the next level.
What do you mean you can't just stop? You can just not do this.
You're not going to stop.
easier.
We're going, when we start, when
Oh.
you and I, we start at the entrance, and you're going to go to the end.
No, this is. Look at this guy.
There's hamburgers at the end. We cook them out.
I mean, that's cool, but no, still.
That's cool.
Yeah, this is nothing, Gus. We'll get you through this.
No,
And they're
forget-
Bubba burgers usually.
Oh, well, I mean, that's pretty good,
See?
but no. I mean, look at this. They're like, yeah, no, don't worry.
Look, they're quite skilled, right, David?
Yeah. Just the fact that you're doing this kind of vertical work in a cave is not something you just casually decide you're going to do.
Is that just?
And
the
how do
question
you
is
come
that-
out?
Is that an ascender? Is that the thing we use an ascender? Maybe describe what I mean by that. Is that an ascender system?
No, that's a descending system. That little blue thing you're talking about is called a bobbin. It's a type of rappelling device. We've used racks and figure eights. That's a different type of descending device that's really popular in Europe called a bobbin. And it's a friction. It's a set of wheels that have the little friction lever that lets you slow it down or speed it up.
But if they don't come back out
Maniacs.
if they don't come back out this same way, the rope is left there.
Well, you do one of two things. Either this is an in and out trip, and they would have to turn around and use a different set of equipment, one-way cam type devices that allow you to slide up the rope called ascenders. The other option is you rig, and there are caves that are through trips. You come in one end and you go out another end. You follow the stream from where it starts to where it ends, for example.
Well, we didn't pause
And-
it. But did you see how that one looked like it had a permanent? It was permanently affixed.
There are anchors put in a lot of caves where you have to do some sort of vertical work like this. That's to keep people from putting their own anchors in, or maybe there's not any good natural features that are safe to tie off of. It's hard to tell. Like that little point of rock that was right there. You could tie off on that in theory, but it also looks like there's a fracture in the rock, and so I wouldn't feel very comfortable. So a permanent bolt is a nice thing if you trust them.
Oh my God! Look at this.
Yeah, they're repelling.
And I
We'll
really
get you.
am
We'll
not-
get you en route.
But I'm not really trying to just say this. This one does not look nearly as tight as some of the ones I've been in with you.
No, this really isn't a bad cave. This is a pretty good cave. Maybe not a beginner's cave, but for Gus, we're gonna find something a little uglier.
I mean, he's starting at intermediate.
Yeah.
No.
You're an intermediate caver.
Hey, you've already been in how many caves, Gus? Just remove the water.
No. But the water is what makes them awesome. Look how far this is going. Like, just under the earth. By the way, I caught a lot of rappelling. Like, they just do that down and down and down and down. Like, they are going to the center of the earth.
There
these guys.
are some caves
Look at
that
this.
you
He
just
doesn't
keep
even
going
fit.
down.
What? Look at this.
All right, you may have a little tough time there, Gus.
Yeah.
What?
That part is a little bit.
No, this is horrific. Like, look, this guy is dead. Like, leave him. He's dead. Oh,
Nah, you
okay,
slide
well, he
right
made-
through there.
Right. Oh no.
Well, see, you could also go up and to the right.
Right.
You know, so there's a bigger spot. It's just a question of how much work it is to get up versus wedge yourself through that little slot there.
So on that spot, Gus, you're gonna have to go up.
Like that guy. Looks like the guy with the camera decided, I'm gonna go up and over that.
So we'll go down first when Gus is up to sort of hold his legs as he's coming down.
Oh
when
my
we do
God.
that.
We're all gonna die.
Gus, nah. It's supposed to be fun. Well, except for you. If it's not fun, if it's not fun for you, I'm enjoying it all the more.
Wow. Thank you. All right. So this guy somehow made it to the next level. Let's keep going in, guys. Why not? You know, at some point you have to get to the Earth's core.
Well, I just want to
And
put it in
turn around.
perspective, Gus. You're saying, well, like you're thinking already. Well, they're there. I want you to imagine that you entered at 9 a.m. We'll be back for your Bubba Burgers at 4 or 5 p.m.
Oh
I don't know what you're thinking. It's not like a 20-minute little hike. That's what you're in for.
Yeah, I'll be here. Look at this.
Yeah. Oh. Clear.
They just keep going down.
They
Like,
do.
For like 30 minutes straight. They're just down and down and down.
Pretty cool cave, actually.
Well, you follow the water. The water cuts its way through the path of least resistance, down and down. And there are some caves that have multiple drops like this. Now it looks like you're getting into maybe one of the larger sections of the cave.
He's whistling.
Yeah, filming. Look how big.
So that
Like he
da-
disappears into the darkness.
that dangling rope, Dave, he's got to have to use an ascender to get back up there.
Absolutely, he'll have to ascend out.
What?
There's an ascender
No,
thing,
but
Gus, where you
no,
like,
but like
ascend
okay.
up the
No,
rope.
but like in all seriousness, obviously I'm not doing this. But in all seriousness, if the water is going through it, at some point, isn't that gonna come out somewhere and you can just get out? Like if you follow the water, because what you said is smart. Like just follow the water. At some point, there should be a hole somewhere that the water is escaping.
The water is eventually going to find its way somewhere. It may percolate through the bottom of the cave down further into the water table or further passage as yet inaccessible. So it's most caves are an in and out. You have an entrance, you go in, you explore until the passages get too small for you to physically continue anymore, and you come back out. That's the typical pattern for a cave. There are a lot that do have an entrance and an exit where you can follow the stream from one way to another, but they're not anywhere near as common.
But from your case, Gus, you follow that water from England that comes out in Florida. You go ahead and
In
follow it.
Iceland.
That's
Yeah.
I'd like to see that one under the Atlantic. That's pretty cool.
Let's see. So look, it's just like a gap into hell.
Or paradise, depending on your perspective.
This one does actually look
Doesn't this
very
look,
cool.
This looks like a lot of fun.
No, it doesn't. None of it looks fun. Look at this.
And by the way, Woody, there are caves like this in the south that we can go hit.
Yeah, this one, I
You're-
would like that. It's-
You're finally getting experienced enough that we could do something like this in your future.
nice.
Nice.
You'll get there.
Look,
Gosh.
the guys look like ants down there.
Really, really cool cave. I'll definitely be in a dry suit like they are. You gonna wear your dry suit or wetsuit?
Wetsuit. You don't want to wear a dry suit in there.
No, I was asking Gus.
Oh, Gus can wear a dry suit, but you don't want to wear a dry suit. They're
Okay.
bulky and uncomfortable in there. Believe it or not, a wetsuit really is fine, especially in the Georgia, the southern U.S. water temperatures. It's not bad.
Cool. I'll wear my 5 mil. Gus will
my
probably wear his 3 mil.
Look how far down there these guys are. Like you can't even see the lights almost.
Yeah, it's hard to guess. They could be 100 feet or more.
Now, David.
like 1,000 feet.
So I have a question. I'm going to pause it for this one. What do you do right now if I break my leg from this point in the cave?
Shoot you in the head and walk out. It's the only humane thing.
This is your leg. I meant to say that we're broken. I've just changed that
Shoot
story.
me in the head and leave.
We got to get Gus out. I'm serious. Let's say you're leading the trip, which you would be, and you have to think about the biggest person on the trip. What would we do?
Well, emergency planning is absolutely part of what part of the contingencies that you consider for any cave that you're going into. And what happens is the general rule of thumb is 3 people minimum. 4 is kind of the ideal number for just that reason. So the 3 of us are caving. Gus gets injured. One of us stays
Likely.
with Gus to render aid.
Not likely because
And
I'm not going, but
I do bring a little trauma kit that's got some basic first
See?
aid materials with me every time I go.
Perfect.
tequila.
Not tequila, but I do bring narcotic pain medicine. I do bring because if you break a leg and we need to move you,
Yeah.
we do want you to be at least a little medicated.
Let's just go diving. Let's stick to diving.
So
Diving is fun.
So I stay with
It's
Gus.
fine.
And Woody, you're going to hightail it out of the cave as
Okay.
safely and effectively as you can, and
awesome.
you're going to start a rescue.
Okay.
And then at that point,
God.
and then at that point, depending on the extent of injuries, self-rescue is always the ideal situation. So you're going to attempt to move yourself as far out of the cave as you can before rescue arrives.
Okay.
And if it's something like a broken ankle, let's go with that, because that is a very probable
Likely.
type of injury, ankle, leg.
Likely.
You know, you can, as horrible as it sounds, you can still ascend and you can still move forward crawling, you know, with a
Look,
broken leg.
Somebody needs to take care, like keep an eye on the trucks and the grill and the Bubba Burgers.
So
that's me.
No. We got someone else for
No.
that.
No, I'll just keep an eye on the stuff with
But-
beer. It will be great. Great day.
But the worst case,
Sit in the shade and wait. Dude, it's be the best.
Well done on mine, please. All right. That's hilarious. No, by the way, you're not. You're coming.
Like, okay, so here's a legit question. You don't have to pause it.
Okay.
Here's a legit question. When you're going into this cave and you just see the nothingness, like your light's not going to light the bottom. Like you saw, it was so far. How do you know how much rope to throw down? Like you just throw down a mile of rope and hope for the best?
That is an excellent question. A couple different ways. One, I do research before I go into a cave, so I know what to expect, and so I'll know what the drops are in an ideal situation. But even if I don't, I'll throw a rope, but you tie a knot in the end of the rope so you don't rappel off at the end of it. If you really want to be on the ball, you can put a glow stick or a light on the end so you know when you're getting close.
Wow.
You can also see if you tie a light on the end, if it's sitting on something or just dangling in space, swinging, so you have an idea if the rope has actually hit the bottom.
We can send Woody first.
No, I was going to say, well, for you, we'll put 2 knots.
Yeah, 2 knots.
Double up.
And then typically you would rappel rigged up with your ascending gear so that if you got to a certain point, it's very easy to do what's known as a changeover. You just change over from rappelling to ascending. You come back up and you say, guys, we're done. Let's go. I didn't bring enough rope.
Yeah.
Wow.
So far you're fine. We have a kit for you. We're going to drug you. Those
And
are the 2 things you need to know.
Wow.
and in all my experience, I've only had to do that once.
Oh, wow.
So, he's got experience with it.
Yeah, no.
Back in my younger college days when we really weren't doing things the way we were supposed to.
Now he's got you. And I'll help.
Right, yeah. It's like, let's go that way. I think it's that way.
Which happens a lot, David. You know it does. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Thinking back to our last cave where it's like, I don't know where we're going. Let's try this way.
A lot of that happens.
Yeah. If you've never been in a cave before, they can be a little...
No line to follow, Gus.
Yeah, there's most definitely some route finding involved.
So these guys are like, okay, let's go this way.
Well, in a cave like this, it should be pretty easy. There's this thing called a stream that's obviously cutting its way through the cave. So upstream is where you always want to be going.
Upstream?
Upstream, downstream. It just depends on which way you're going. It looks like they've been working their way upstream in this cave.
I'm not, and not just saying this. I would love to do this.
Oh, this is
No.
now what I'm talking about.
This looks like a
The
fun
crawling
cave.
through the mud where your head has to tilt sideways that you took me in last time, where my face is scraping mud for an hour,
That
is
nice,
not as appealing
rancid,
as this.
rotting,
Yes.
fetid, sewagey water. Wasn't
That
that great?
I don't necessarily want to do again. But this looks awesome.
No,
This is fun.
horrible.
This is my kind of cave. The wet. It's like you're in an amusement park, a water park. They're just fun.
So these guys are like, okay, they went that way.
They're gonna do what's called an ear dip. It looks like. Now we're getting fun.
You don't want a flash flood. Seriously, David, if there was a flash flood, is that a problem? Here?
Well, I
Possibly.
don't know about this particular cave, but there are caves that we go into that I very much am aware of the weather. You can either be trapped or worse in a lot of these caves.
I want you guys to watch this part.
Okay.
Because this is the kicker. So he's like, okay, so we go that way. Are you sure, guys? Yeah, no, go that way. We're going upstream, like David said. This guy's like, what am I doing? Why am I here? Like, he's right now.
There's someone on top of us now.
Actually, it looks like somebody's got a light on the other side, so one of the guys has already gone through.
Yeah, I think 1 or 2 people made it.
That always makes it easier. Somebody else has done it and shown you that you can do it.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, most definitely. That's one of the joys about me being the trip leader most of the time. I will admit, sometimes I get to places and it's like, I guess I got to do this.
This is crazy. Why are you guys acting like nothing is going on right now?
It's all I'll say to you is we'll go first, so it'll help
No, that doesn't help at all. So I like that this guy's like, take my camera because, you know, content first.
you. Wow, that's awesome.
No, he's not. This is horrible.
Help, mate. Help.
He's yelling for help.
And he's fine. There's the guy. He's got it. You got it, dude. Almost there.
I mean, seriously, Gus, come on. Why does that not look like fun to you?
He just needs to take a break, this guy, for a second. I would stop and rest
drown?
for a second.
Oh,
No,
while
he's
he drowns?
breathing.
Oh,
Okay.
is he? Okay. Well,
See him breathing?
yeah. Your chest is stuck. No shit.
Easy.
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's enjoying
I'm
himself
not-
there.
I think I will admit this one section, Gus, we won't take you through. Everything else so far you're going on. Not that part.
Dude, the guy's so wedged that the water is going up. He blocked the water.
To try and get level.
Give him a sec. I bet you he's going to get out there.
We'll do what reversal. You might have to just get out. There is another way out. Don't worry about it.
Take it easy.
Just relax. Get
See?
the air in. Get the air in. Hey, you've done the hard bit there.
There you go.
Yeah?
I will admit, I'm feeling sorry for this guy right now.
But see how he turned his body?
Yep.
He's getting calm.
He's getting there.
I'm physically wedged.
Abort.
We'll have to go out. Just push out back. It's on there. You pull me. You might
Well,
have to pull
and
me
similar
back.
to cave diving, that is always an option. I really don't want somebody to be miserable. One of our present company may be accepted. And certainly thumbing the trip is always an option.
Pull me. Pull
Yeah.
in.
Pull me. Dude.
He's out. Gotta have a team. Gotta stay calm. I would love this.
You guys are crazy. Look, he's just stuck.
Smiling. Now that it was like the type of restriction tightness we did recently. A lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff, Gus, we did.
Now, thankfully, in some spaces we had a little bit wider than that, but it was definitely the height was belly crawling through.
Yeah. I mean, I'd turn my head sideways.
And the one thing that's nice there that we didn't have is that's nice and smooth.
I know.
We were climbing over rocks and rubble and
So you have to have knee pads, Gus, is what he's saying. Because imagine if it's not smooth, your knees just get crushed. What do you have knee pads for? You better ones, right, David?
better ones for you next time, most definitely.
Awesome. I
The camera ran out of battery there, so that's the end of it for these guys. But
I think we need to book a trip, Woody.
I'm not that. See, I love when you have to use ropes and harnesses. I really do. That's because it's like climbing for me. At that point, I feel more comfortable in a way when I'm on rope than when I'm not. You notice for me, when I have no rope, I'm like, David, are we going to have rope at this section? Because as a climber, I'm not a free solo climber. We're always on rope. So that looked to me awesome because they're on rope.
And I have no problems admitting claustrophobia is not my problem. I really am uncomfortable with heights until I'm on rope, as you just said right there. As soon as I get on rope, I'm so comfortable with the equipment that I have no problems, but I really don't like exposed heights.
Yeah, so we'll have you on rope in
No.
those sections and a harness. So
No, I
you'll
won't be on
fine.
anything. I think that if there's anything clear about this video is how everyone's going to agree with me that this is horrible and that no one should do this. By the way,
And I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to wonder how many people are going to put in their comments that they would like to do this.
0.
And they are welcome to get in touch with me if you are in the Atlanta area, and I will happily take people on a trip caving. I love bringing first-timers. The energy and excitement
Very
that
diverse
they
crowd
get.
in caving.
Which
by the
is we have
We have Gus.
somebody to bring
We do.
already.
Oh,
No.
yeah, that's a foregone
Right.
conclusion.
Just
that
call
we're
me when
dragging
the
him.
cave is flooded.
And at night, but what's really cool after you spend 12 hours in this type of stuff that we're going to do together, we get to an unbelievable, because you love this, is a campsite outside. And we'll help you. David always helps me. Say you haven't set up a tent, probably. We'll help you set up your tent and your little pad that you'll sleep on all night for your rest. But it's after the campfire and cooking out. And you'll sleep like a baby. We'll spray you, though, because you'll get attacked otherwise from bugs. So that's your day. That's what you have in store. So I'm glad he showed us this.
And usually, Gus, it's a weekend. So we'll do a Friday night caving trip, something a little bit more adventurous on Saturday, and then
What?
maybe something to bookend it on
No.
Sunday that's
Step it
nice
up.
and mellow.
Feel free to lose my phone number. Never doing this. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching this video with us. It was horrible. But thank you, David, for joining us on the reaction today, because I have no idea other than I'm never doing this. I have nothing else to add.
And the only thing I have to add is that how many of you watched our digging for gold
Well,
video? The Never. And you loved, I mean, we found gold and diamonds.
I think that
You
proves
didn't
that we
think we were
wasted
going
our
to find
time.
anything, and we found not just gold, but also diamonds. So when you do this, it'll be the same kind of thing. Like, you were right, Woody.
No, 2 broken ankles is what I'm going to find if I do this. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you in the next one.